Hi, this is Joy Neas with Behind the Art Scene at KXVS, the voice of Stockton. And it's been a few weeks. Today is 9/11. I woke up, I couldn't believe it. And today we have Sonny Vasquez, and he's a tattoo artist. He's going to be talking about an event coming up on Saturday. And I just wanted to thank you for coming out today, Sonny.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And just to get going about 9/11, do you remember what you were doing on 9/11?
I was just talking about it earlier. Yeah, I was actually incarcerated. And I was hearing it on the earphones as I woke up. I was telling someone I had a dream of bombs, not anything in particular, just like airplanes dropping bombs, and I woke up to that. It's just kind of crazy, but yeah.
And I was preparing for my art show downtown. They used to have the Tidewater Art Gallery, and I was a featured artist. And I turned on the TV, and there's all this black smoke over New York. And what war movie is this? And, and then I found out what was going on.
That it was live stream.
Yeah, so
it's pretty crazy, man.
So I wanted to ask, how did you get into art?
It's just pretty much something that's kind of been in around me. My brother was also incarcerated for a long period of time. He passed away back in 2004, and he would send me a bunch of art home, and so then I used to like it, and so I would always try to mock his art and his writing, and then I ultimately ended up incarcerated, and I was drawing and then tattooing kind of just fell in my hands. I didn't take it serious till about 2008 when I came home again. Then just pretty much all I've done is tattooing or some kind of art, just to keep me out of trouble altogether.
Oh, good. Yeah, so I was talking to my husband. I'm trying to remember how we met. Was that at the Mexican Heritage Center?
Yeah, it was for I want to say 2014. Dia de los Muertos art show that they hosted there on the new building that they were at. Or you might have met, were you around when they did the Sangre, Carne, and Corazon art show at the small one on Acacia?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's how far we go back. I was one of the featured artists there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there, that show, that was actually a tattoo art show.
It was 6 of us artists, one of who I work with now. And we just pretty much showcased the culture of tattooing and where it came from, where it was now to it being like back then it was just stereotypically anyone who had tattoos was kind of, a gang member or troublemaker, and some kind of bad karma. Now it's, more of an artistic element that it's body art as opposed to, oh, look at that guy, he got tattoos, he's gonna start trouble, So, we've come a long way in the industry. Okay. That it's more socially acceptable with. I miss most people. I mean, the older generation is still kind of having a hard time accepting it, but figure our generation is more welcoming now.
So what year was that? Was that?
That was in 2011.
11?
Yeah,
okay.
That's when my shop opened now, and then I was fortunate to start there a year later, and now become one of 2 owners there.
So. Was that the shop that was right around the corner on El Dorado, or?
No, we're on Minor.
No, but because I know there was a tattoo shop.
Yeah, they had open. It was Revolution Tattoo. They stayed open for, I want to say, close to maybe a year. Okay. And then I don't know what transpired in there. But it's a printing place, and I think that's there.
Yeah. So that's when Black Rose opened.
We opened. I want to say a year. No, yeah, that's when they opened, was that year, because we've been open going on 8 years, and I've been there going on 7 now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you said there were 6 artists at the Mexican Heritage Center. Who was with you?
One was Al Jerome, which is a tattoo artist in my building. It was Dan Zapata, a tattoo artist locally. I believe he's still here in town. Ricardo Cardenas, I believe he's now tattooing in Tracy. He was out in Washington for a while, or Oregon, somewhere up in north. I'm trying to remember who else. Dan, and then they had Motec came out. He's a spokesman now. He's a lot in politics. Patrick Moctezuma, and
he does tattooing.
no, I don't. I think he had some art that he had in there,
Oh, okay.
and then there was one other artist. I can't remember who he was that put in some artwork. It was a total of 6 of us that were in there.
And El Jerome was in that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I don't know where my head was because I thought I just met El Jerome a couple of years ago, but I was there. So
Yeah, he just looked way younger.
So I'm trying to remember now. At the reception, so that was 2011. You actually did a tattoo demonstration.
Yeah, on my stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
was
that was amazing.
this little piece. That I
Wow.
had.
Wow. So
We couldn't get nobody that I could actually tattoo there, so I just did it myself because they wanted to have some kind of motto or something that we could come out and see.
a live demonstration.
Yeah.
So that was pretty groundbreaking for the Mexican Heritage Center. They used to be on Acacia, so it was Acacia and El Dorado, and so Sonny had been one of the featured artists there, and so then you did a exhibit at the new place.
Yeah, I entered a couple pieces when they had it was just the annual Dia de los Muertos show that they do.
Right.
Then I put one in, and then they had another. I just went to support that event that they do for I want to say Jerome actually went and participated in the violent.
Right,
it was the
right.
violent crimes thing you guys host there. Yeah. So we always like kind of rotating activities you guys have. So.
Yeah, I loved that when he had the show till the casket drops.
Oh yeah, it was a fundraiser I had for him. No, he did that one, then I did another fundraiser from the Downtown Downers that we did another. But that one was cool, where he had it set up in the shop. Yeah, that was tight.
So what's happening with the Black Rose now on Saturday?
We're actually pretty lucky now. We expanded now, so we're in 2 buildings. Probably one of the biggest tattoo shops in probably Northern California right now. I have 11 tattoo artists. We cover pretty much every genre from basic script to black and gray, colors, realism, whatever you want. Like, there's no reason why they shouldn't come to our shop. But with that being said, we're having an expansion party next Saturday, beginning about 6 o'clock. Just to honor, the people that came out and been supporting us all these years, because ultimately, we could be as good as we are, but, it's, the people out there that come, our clients that, come and support us, that keep our doors open, and allow us to do what we do. So, we have La Victoria Taquiza coming out. They're going to come and cater tacos, free tacos, so everyone loves tacos. You guys come out. I have a DJ Santiago from K-Win's coming out to facilitate my music. I was supposed to have a mariachi that's still in the air. And then I have an alibi business coming out to cater beverages as well. It's kid friendly. I have someone coming out doing face painting for the children. We love our children. But yeah, it's just for everyone to come out and have a good time, and for us to show our community. We do appreciate you guys for coming out, and supporting us, man. So.
Yeah, one of the last times you guys had a little car show. Are you going to have a few cars?
I'm trying, yeah. They're supposed to. I had Los Viejitos Car Club said that they're going to come and bring some out. I just seen some guys last night because they had a car show here at the fairgrounds. They said that they'll bring a couple cars out. So hopefully, we can line them up in front. That'd be pretty nice.
Yeah, you guys throw a really nice party. So come out. It's this Saturday, September 16th. Starting about 6, get some free tacos, look at the expansion, look at all the art, hear the music. It's just going to be a really nice time. Now, what's the address here? It's
237 East Minor. We are half a block over from Cancun, so if you're going towards Wilson Way, we're the first shop on the left-hand side. We have a big purple BR on the window, so you can't miss it. We also have door prizes, and we will have raffles also. We have merchandise, T-shirts, prints that everybody will have. So
I wanted to ask now, I just went into your store and I looked over. I see that you kind of made an archway through the wall, and then you're setting up the other. Are you going to do a new facade on both storefronts? Or?
Yeah, we plan on livening it up. We're trying to get the okay from the city to let us put like some plants up there, kind of decorate. 'Cause, I mean, downtown got kind of a bad aura, so a lot of people just hear downtown like, oh, we're not going to go over there. So we did. We're trying to do build up the front, like make it a little nicer, the whole sign across the top, do some canopies or the canopy in the front, give everyone some shade that, they want to rest or don't want to be inside,
So when do you think all that might take place?
I don't know. We put a lot of money into the remodeling of the other side. So probably within the next year, hopefully we'll have, that aspect done, to brighten it up a bit.
Yeah, I'm thinking, because I got my master's in urban planning, so I'm all about how things look and feel and everything. But you right now you have, I think your black rose
on one side.
On one side, just the painting. If you could just maybe do a little bit of painting on the other side for now, and then add the canopies and whatever. But just a little bit on to show it's kind of a unified space.
We're gonna cross the whole type. Jerome's actually gonna do it. We just got to get that lift. And he's gonna paint the black rose across the whole building. But we're gonna connect both of them and then do the neon lights. To kind of to ensure that people actually know. Hey, there's two sides, not just one.
I look forward to that.
So it'll be nice here, man. It'll be like I said, our thing is to try to get people to come downtown. Just because, like I said, it's kind of crazy downtown, But I mean, when people come in, it's pretty inviting when you come in there. A lot of people are kind of shocked to see, what it looks like when you actually go in there and pretty much all the art, and the details that we actually took the time to put into it.
Yeah, it's such a downtown is the best part of Stockton, people. Yeah, Hello.
It's fun, man. You guys are all safe to come in our shop. We've never had any problems. You could look us up. You will not find one from us.
We got the waterfront. We got some great restaurants. There's like 50 restaurants downtown.
Yeah, some good food.
It is rocking. It is wonderful. So
yeah, it's getting a lot nicer, man. You come out. There's definitely some good food downtown. That's what I love about working right there. We burn ourselves out ultimately, but I mean they do have some good food.
So I wanted to ask you. I've been seeing on Facebook that you really enjoy cooking.
Yes.
So I got to taste your cooking, and you got a taco cart now. What are you doing?
I'm doing it's called Los Vatos Tacos. I just say Vato a lot, and I used to gangbang back in the day, so I just think it's kind of funny, to go out and have a little character, as it. And just like to see, hey, people do change, like I also have a nonprofit, I go out.
So
we facilitate. It's called Hope Dealers. We go out and feed. I facilitate there at the shop. We meet there. I got team members that come out from Martinez, Fremont, East Palo Alto, and we feed about 300 people monthly, sack lunches, or like next month we're doing hot chicken meals, chicken mashed potatoes. We go for Halloween. We're gonna do for the kids shelter. We make sure we take care of them for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. We make sure that we go in there and spend about 2 hours with the children. Ultimately for us, there's not a lot of people that are giving children hope, and insight that there are positive role models out here, giving inspiration and change. I was one of the kids, that were out there, causing the ruckus, but ultimately I have children, that I gotta set examples for now. And so we try to go out there, so hopefully, they'll remember what we went out there and did for them, and in return, pay it forward, and help make a difference also. So.
Very good, very good. And I see all the tattoos on you. What's like you were talking about the different styles. What style do you enjoy the most?
I love doing black and gray. Anything like cultural any cultural, anything with meaning behind it. That's what I like. There's a lot of people that kind of just follow like the fashion or fad, or they're gonna get it just because they've seen something, not behind the meaning. Like kind of every section that I have on me means something to me. I've got it because it's something that's kind of happened in my life, or it's part of my life. So I like doing meaningful stuff. Something that someone could carry. And carry them through. I had a client one time, and I can't remember what it said. I want to say it said, "Love the life you live," on her wrist. Mm-hmm. And something happened where she became paralyzed. She couldn't walk. And so she had to go through rehab, and she came like a year later and told me that she showed me the tattoo, and she came and brought me some stuff for my outreach, and she was like, I want to share this story with you. And her physical instructor, I guess you could say, whoever was doing her physical therapy, would tell her, like, why did you get this tattoo? And she was like, well, I got it. And he was like, well, you got it for a reason. And he goes, every day he'd come in and he'd tell her about her tattoo, you know, live the life you live. He was like, you know, you got this for a reason. She said, you know, she would always think about it, and how ultimately she started walking, and, you know, she was able to walk into the shop.
Oh, yeah.
And tell me, you know, so it's things like that, you know, it's pretty cool because you got to impact somebody's life, you know, even if I thought about it or not, you know, she got with that tattoo helped her.
So you did that one?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was pretty cool. That.
Oh.
And then there was another girl. Yesterday I did her tattoo. My father just passed away on the 30th of August, and her brother passed away the 31st of July. But it was weird because they were in the same facility together. My father he had a tracheotomy, so they took, and her brother had a tracheotomy, sent them to Modesto, and he was in the same exact facility my father was at the day before he passed away. Yeah. So it's things like that, you know. You have connection with people everywhere that you know, make a difference, you know. So I help her get through a situation, you know, something she could look at for the rest of her life, you know. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just like art, you know. You guys always paint stuff, you know, and they get to see it, you know. Some people, you know, it's inspirational to some people to wake up and be able to see that beautiful piece of art every morning on the wall. Exactly. As a reminder of something.
Yeah, I mean, for me, if I didn't have the arts, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's relaxing.
Why to wake up, you know?
It's hecka relaxing, man. People don't understand, like, the art itself it's cool, man. You get to put a lot of thought into what you're doing, you know, and it clears your mind a lot. There's, like, my dad, right now, like I said, I just we had a service for him Saturday. I'm at work drawing right now, and people are like, how are you? I was like, you know, I got an art show. We're gonna do one in Oakland, me and Jerome. You know, I still got an art show to do. I still got a grand opening to facilitate. You know, it don't stop. You know, but because I have the art, it's still, I know that, you know, I could come and just clear my mind for those hours that I'm focused on doing my pieces. So it's pretty cool.
That's wonderful. They're going to have an event. I don't know if maybe I'll talk about it actually, but it's called Parking Day. Did you hear anything about it? So it's coming up this Friday, and I guess they do this across the United States on the third Friday of September, and what they're going to end up doing is taking over some of the parking spaces in downtown. And so they get permission from the city and everything, and instead of having the parking spaces for cars, they use it for other things. So like you could make it like a little park, or you could have some art in the parking space. So I'm going to have a parking space, and I'm going to be doing some art and working with the Downtown Stockton Alliance. And they have those pianos around downtown, and people can play. So we'll have a piano set up in one of the parking spaces.
That's pretty cool.
So you guys might want to, I think...
Can we sponsor, like, spaces? Or do you got to pay for them, or?
No. Actually, it was just like a little sign up. I just happened to find out about it and filled out the form. But some of the spaces, I think they're going to be almost right across the street from you at the Reality Church. So it'll be actually on San Joaquin.
Okay. Yeah.
It used to be Huddle.
Yeah.
So that building with the new facade, it's a church now.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think that'll be a few of the parking spaces right in that area on San Joaquin. You might want to go over and check it out. And
it's next Friday, right?
This coming Friday. So.
Oh, cool. The day before our event.
Yeah,
it's my day off, so then
exactly.
Yeah, sure. I'll stop by.
So I think they'll be having them on San Joaquin, Sutter, California, and American. So like 4 streets. So you can like go and see what everybody's doing, and hopefully we can have that be an annual thing in Stockton.
Yeah, I'll take my daughter. She loves the arts right now. Yeah. She's into that Stockton Rocks thing that they're painting and putting around town. Yeah.
So has she made some? Or?
Yeah, she's made some with her mom. When she goes to her mom, they go to Victory Park a lot and pass them out. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I was just, everybody's getting into art. I was at a really neat thing. You might want to try to get into that too. Weberstown Mall, they're looking for artists. They just hired 2 artists over the weekend to paint it was a canvas 4 feet by 5 feet, and they wanted some kind of a design that would reflect like the shopping experience. So, colorful and, something you might see, I don't know. One of the girls, she ended up doing like some bright patterns and color, and the other one did, it was more muted colors, softer, richer colors, but they had like little faces, and it was all the people trying on the clothes. So, but they're always looking for new artists, and so they had set up. It was like a whole kind of a little moving wall that the two artists, one was on one side and the other was on the other side, and they were doing kind of almost a live painting demo for everybody. And then they had all the rock, everybody, all the families and everything, tables full. They were painting the rocks. So even artists coming to the mall and everything.
Yeah, it's cool. They're popping up everywhere.
Yeah. So.
They had that big event. I didn't get to make it. It was my dad was going. I was supposed to help one of the booths that you guys just did at the shelter.
Oh.
The art walk.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't get to make it.
At the art break day.
Yeah, I was supposed to be over there that day. I wanted to go. We had a little. It wasn't my team. We were supposed to go on behalf of my nonprofit, but I was going to send some group from my shop there. But yeah, how'd that turn out?
Very, very good. Very
cool.
Really wonderful. The director didn't want me to use the word bleak, but just that environment is there's not a lot of color, and right around all the shelter and everything, there's a lot of like the dry grass, and if we need landscaping and just to make it look so much more beautiful. But for the whole day when we were out there, art break day, from 12 to 5, and they had all the tents, they had all the art activities, everything. I didn't even think about where we were.
Yeah.
We were, involved with art.
Yeah.
And there was music and dancing, and they were doing face painting. They had a parachute. They were doing games with that. They actually had the pillar that's under the freeway. They have all those pillars. So we had painted one of the pillars with chalk board paint. Mm-hmm. So went all around the pillar, about 6 feet up. So everybody used chalk and drew pictures over the whole thing.
That's tight.
I could have stayed there all day. It was so exciting. And one of the artists, Bob Austin, he does sketches of people. So he stayed the whole day and drew people. And they would sit and pose for him, and he'd do a sketch. And so it was just amazing.
That's cool. Glad you guys had a nice turnout. Cool.
So we do that. Actually, that was the 5th year. We do it. It's the first Friday in September. So if you'd like
next year I shouldn't have the same problems I had this year. So yeah, I'd definitely like to be involved in that. They look forward to it. Just just something that kind of didn't work out.
Sure.
Personal problems. So,
sure. But
yeah, next year definitely count us in. We'll definitely be there for that.
All right. So it's just wonderful, all the things that you're doing, and it's like with the whole El Jerome thing. I didn't even know that I knew him before. So we're all like our paths are crossing with each other, and so in your post you talk a lot about church, and
yes.
Can you tell us more about that?
I pretty much grew up in church. Obviously, I've been to prison, so I deterred myself at some point. But I was raised in it. I'm Christian. I go to church like pretty much every Sunday. I have good relationships with my pastors. They're pretty much my mentors, man. Like if I'm about to lose it, if someone makes me mad, I call them like, hey man, this is what's going on. Or my father, like they came to the hospital, and prayed for him, and they'll stop whatever they do for me, and a lot of people kind of like see the Christianity like in the bad light, you know. And there are people who make a hypocrisy of it. But I mean, in what lifestyle don't there? You know, there's bad cops, there's good cops, there's bad firemen, there's just bad people in general. There's good people. But if people just stop, you know, pointing the finger, you know, I think it would be like in my church, they're more so about preaching the love of Christ rather than, you know, condemning you for what you're doing. I've never had one person tell me anything bad. You know, they've seen me walked in, and you know, I was just family from that instant. That's what kind of kept me with my congregation. They're pretty involved in the community out there in Lathrop, and that's why I got involved doing what I'm doing with the community. Is we went out. They would come to Stockton, and they would do it at a Constitution Park in the East Side on Union and Fremont. And they came to the conclusion that, you know, they're a Lathrop-bound church, you know, founded church. So they wanted to focus on, you know, making a difference, you know, there in their community, which, you know, I respect. And so then we had a service, and they were like, we're not going to do it, you know, but you people from Stockton, you know, who want to continue doing what you're doing, you know, raise your hand. And I was one of many people that made an oath that day, and actually made something of it. And I started feeding by myself with about 2-3 friends, 35 lunches every month, and you know, I have 10 times that now, you know.
So when was that?
I started that in 2009 is when I first started feeding the homeless, and then I started doing it on my own in 2010. I went nonprofit the end of last year. As I finally got my 501c3. Yeah. So it's been a pretty blessing, man, to see it come as far as it come. And then it's even funnier when people come out, like they had the Butte fires, and I went out, you know, and we donated a lot on behalf of my organization. And we're privately funded, so it's not like, you know, I don't have bankers giving money, I don't have business giving money. The money that we go and contribute is from our own pockets, you know. So I get out there, and they're like, yeah, well, hey, this is the guy that, because they were joking, it's Hope Dealers, and it sounds a lot like dope, you know. I get it, you know, from the streets. And I just joked, but I was like, no, we don't do that no more. But yeah, and they just see the face, that I'm the face behind it, you know, and so it's pretty good, man. But I tell them, you know, I was once homeless by choice, of course, and I slept in the street for a week. And so I know that I'm 24 hours away from being those people, you know. A lot of them aren't just addicts, you know, they just hit a hard spot in life, you know, and couldn't pay bills, you know, and they're there. So, and that's one thing about Christianity, is that, you know, I don't harbor a lot of hate in my life. One thing about me is my mom was murdered at 10 years old while we were in the house, and I don't hate the man who did it. I'd like to sit down in front of him, and I'd like to just know why. You know, I've been in prison. He's been in prison for 25 years. You know, I know that I've sat down and thought about what I've done and where I messed up. You know, ultimately, he's losing out on a lot, just like I did. I lost out on my children growing up. You know, I didn't get to see my children being born. I lost out on family members losing their lives. You know, I didn't get to see none of that. You know, and I paid for that. You know, no one else paid for it except for me and my children. Just like he's paying for that. You know, he's lost everything. So I don't. You know, it was just a decision that he made. You know, out of whatever decision, you know, whatever was going through his mind at the time. So yeah, man, you know, because I don't, and that just shows, you know, that a lot, you know, I have my faults, you know, and I'm not there trying to condemn anybody. And that's what Christianity is, you know, just trying to make yourself better, you know, and let somebody know, hey, you know, they are loved, you know, regardless of what they're doing. You know, some people, you just got to give them a chance, you know. I wasn't the best person in life, you know, but I'm making a difference and doing my part, you know, and to me, that's what matters.
So that means so much. I think, you know, art and, you know, the whole Christianity and everything that and what you said, you wanted to be an example for your children, and wanted to show them, you know, that you're doing something now, that, you know, that they can do something too. Yeah.
My daughter, she has the book fair coming up, so she's all in the hustling now, seeing how we get it. So she's been drawing her little decorations, just saying she's making her fundraiser for her book fair, you know. And to me, I think that's cool, you know, because I tell people, you know, this is one child I'm not going to worry about, you know. She knows that, hey, there's a way that, you know, I'm not going to get paid just sitting down, you know. She loves going out feeding the homeless with me, you know. And she made me go buy some McDonald's one day just because she made me feel bad, you know. Yeah. And I go out all the time and I feed them, you know, but, you know, and I won't give like every person here and there on the street. Sometimes, you know, I'll go out of my way and I'll give it after the fact. But yeah, it was just that guy was having a bad day. Like his shopping cart fell over in the middle of the street, and it was hot. people were just driving past him, and no one stopped, you know, to ask for help. And so I pulled over. It was right in front of the waterfront. I pulled over his cart, put it on the sidewalk, and the guy tells me, "Hey, let me give you some gas money." And I'm like, "No, man, like I don't want your money, bro. Like I don't need your money." He was like, "No, let me give you some money." And I'm like, "No, I don't want your money." So I mean, some of those people out there, man, are pretty selfless, to say the least. You know, they're humble and selfish. So I went back and I bought him a meal. And he didn't expect it. You know, he was trying to give me money, and so I gave him a meal. And then we sat down with some friends of mine that, you know, I've made over the years feeding. She wanted to sit there, and it was about 8 o'clock in the Saturday evening. So I took out my mobile Bluetooth speaker, and we listened to music under the bridge with them on the campfire.
There you go.
So, you know. So
you mentioned about your daughter. So there's a book fair. Where is that?
Well, it's at her school. She goes to Mabel Barron. So just, you know how they send the books every year. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So actually, I know you're busily preparing for the Black Rose event, but on Saturday is the Family Day in the Park. This coming Saturday on the 16th, in the morning from 9:30 to 2:30.
And that's right here at Lewis?
No, it used to be, it started out at Victory, but it's moved to University Park right on California, right where the World Peace Rose Garden is, where the Stanislaus.
Okay, yeah.
And
more like California Rose around there?
I think it's California Magnolia. And so you go in, they have all kind of activities for kids, and I'm going to be running the chalk area. So if she'd like to come over and draw or something,
because her mom stays right there. Well, she goes with her mom this weekend, so I'll let them know. Let them know. She'll stop by. She'd be pumped up about her. She loves art.
So Saturday, and we'll be doing chalk at the Family Day in the Park, University Park. So,
cool. Cool. Heck yeah. I'll definitely try to stop out for that.
All right. So I just wanted you to recap. What's the address of Black Rose?
It's 237 East Minor. We're in between Hunter and San Joaquin. We also do have a business page. It's blackrosettatooparlor.com. And if you guys want to see our business, well, half of it we haven't had come out. You could also do a virtual tour of our shop online to see it before you guys come in.
Oh, no, great. So come on out to the Black Rose expansion this Saturday, September 16th, about 6 p.m. And Sonny, thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you for inviting us. We appreciate it very much.
And I love all you're doing and how art's really helped your life, and you're really giving back, and you're a true example to us all.
Thank you. Thank you for always supporting us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, and I'll see you next week on Behind the Art Scene.